Another night of Facebook Live. I also want to recognize those that catch me on the replay from YouTube and or SoundCloud. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you tonight. As tonight we're going to be talking about protecting our sacred place. Protecting our sacred place. But guys, for those of you who may not know me, and you're joining us for the first time, my name is Antricia Bray Smith. I am an author and public speaker, also an educator. So if you get an opportunity to stop by my website, that website is www.antriciabraysmith.weebly.com. And also, if you'd like to dig a little deeper in recreating yourself and finding those peaceful places and dealing with issues and circumstances that we often encounter in life, please also check out my books on Amazon. So as you guys are joining me tonight and logging on, please go ahead and like and share this video so that others can join in the discussion and conversation with us as well. Also, guys, for those of you who have not already liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, that would be a good thing for you to do, so that if you happen to miss a night of Facebook Live, you can also go back and catch that on the replay. So go ahead and make sure that you go to YouTube, YouTube, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get on-demand videos in case you miss a night with us. Guys, this day is a little different. It's a little different for me. And that's the reason why I wanted to come tonight and just share with you about protecting your sacred place. That is your place of peace. That is your place of just being carefree and protecting your mind. And today I experienced something like I've never experienced before. And what it made me aware of is how powerful this social media platform is. It has an ability to draw you in. It has an ability to draw you into a point to where it shifts your whole focus and your whole mindset. And it started even from early in the morning, and still even as I sit here tonight, I could just feel the emotions of those that surround this platform. And so I want to remind you guys that in spite of everything that we have going on in our world, in our communities, in our towns, guys, you still have to protect that sacred place that is within you. You can't be so consumed with the cares of the world or the issues of the world that you forget that your peace of mind is priceless. Your peace of mind is priceless. Now, I said that to say this. There are situations going on around our world, and I don't even have to look farther than my own small community here with the traumatic events that have taken place over the course of the past 2 or 3 days. It has a way of touching us so deeply in our emotions that it's easy to get sucked in to that world. Now, I want to remind you guys that we are going to be so bombarded with life, with the traumatic events, with the things that are surfacing upon the media platforms, the things that are also surfacing on the news over and over again. We can't be so consumed and drawn into that world that we forget to protect our inner peace. Now, what I can say is that you have a voice. Use that voice to impact change so that we don't have to continue to be faced with the situations like we're dealing with in today's society. And I know that many of you are aware of the things that are going on in the news across the country. You're well aware of the unanswered questions that we have right here in our own backyard. And it does something to us emotionally. These things impact us so deeply. We're so emotionally drawn to these things that we can forget who we are. We can find ourselves dwelling in a place of sorrow, dwelling in a place of bitterness, dwelling in a place of anger. And when we feel all of that emotion, we tend to gravitate toward others that are also emotionally drawn in. I want to encourage you to consider your place of peace. In that place of peace, you will find the answers that you seek. You will find the answers for the things that it seems like every other day these things are resurfacing within the media. But also, while you're dealing with that and trying to process that, when you protect that sacred place, when you're in your place of peace, you're also able to think and move wisely. You're also able to think and speak wisely. You're also able to think and be able to problem solve. And that way, you don't become a part of the issue or the problem or the sorrow or the bitterness that draws others in who are also emotional. But what you do at that point is that you empower them so that they too can band together with you and create solutions so that we don't have to see another family suffer through the issues that tends to tear our country apart. It's all about problem solving. It's time for leaders to stand up and take their place. It's time for leaders to be wise in their leadership. It's time for leaders to lead by example. And you can only do that when you're in your sacred place, that place of peace, to where you are divinely connected. And instead of anger and bitterness and frustration flowing from your lips, at that point, creativity and solutions and answers begin to flow. Protect your sacred place, because we need you And when people look to us for answers, or they look at us for solutions, or for direction, or for guidance in hopeless situations, we want to show up, and we want to show up in a place to where we can impact the change. My heart goes out today to all the families that are losing their young men. All over, that's all I've seen is young men losing their lives. And for whatever the cause behind the loss, it's all traumatic, it's all devastating, and it's all way too soon. So my heart goes out to you, the families. Guys, let's be careful of how we speak and how we address the issues that are so sensitive throughout our nation. I don't want to speak, and I'm going to be careful to speak, especially when I know that there's a potential that anything I say can draw others in emotionally. And I don't ever want to be that one that plays on anyone's emotions. I want to be the one that stands in truth. I want to be the one that stands in integrity. And I want to only speak those things that I believe I am divinely urged to say. Please protect your sacred place. And if you're angry, if you're bitter, if you're frustrated with all the things that have gone on and transpired in our world, you're in the right place to stand up and lead. And lead a movement that impacts change. But we cannot do that if we're not in tune with our sacred place. So use your voice as you stand up to speak. Be wise and be effective. Because if you're angry about the things that are going on, it's because you hold the key to the answers that we seek. You hold the key. I don't know any leader that's leading any movement in an area that doesn't frustrate them or make them angry, or a place where they haven't been bitter. That's why I educate. That's why I do what I do. Because I was angry and frustrated and bitter behind the educational system. So this is my lane. But if you're feeling that in a particular area that's going on in our society and in our back door, it's because you hold the key to those answers. Create your movement and proceed with care. But remember, because you're on the front line, to always protect your sacred place. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I know that it is a sacrifice for you to join me here every night at 10 p.m., but it is indeed a blessing for me to come and share with you. Just you being here with me tonight has helped me find that peace and that comfort that I've longed for all day long. So, guys, I do hope that you find that sacred place and that you sit in that peace and that you renew your mind and allow it to create answers for the issues that we're dealing with during such traumatic times in our nation. I hope that you'll join me again here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for another night of Facebook Live. Good night, everybody.